Have you ever been punished for something you didn't do? Blamed, humiliated, destroyed in seconds. Your truth didn't matter. Your character meant nothing. But what if I told you that sometimes the worst moment of your life is actually saving you from something far worse? This is about a man who lost everything in one afternoon. His freedom, his dignity, his name. But what he discovered changed everything he thought he knew about suffering. Chapter 1. The relief he couldn't admit. Aryan Prasad was 32 when his mother died. Standing at her funeral, he felt something he couldn't tell anyone. Relief. For 7 years, he'd been disappearing. Wake up 5 a.m., prepare her medication, help her to the bathroom, feed breakfast, rush to work by 9. Every evening, leave early, medicines, cook, change bed sheets, listen to labored breathing through the night. His girlfriend left. "I can't compete with your guilt, Aryan." His savings went from 8 rupees lakhs to 40,000 rupees. He loved his mother, but he'd forgotten who he was. Now, standing at her cremation, he felt hollow. He hadn't cried once. 3 weeks later, Aryan opened his laptop and typed, "I quit," effective immediately. His phone exploded with calls. He blocked everyone. He sold everything, kept one backpack, bought a one-way ticket to Puri. His mother once told him, "If life becomes too heavy, go to the ocean. Just sit." He didn't know what that meant, but he was about to find out. Chapter 2. The beach that became home. The train pulled into Puri at dawn. Aryan walked away from the famous temple, away from crowds, until he reached a deserted beach. He sat down on the sand, and for the first time in 7 years, he stopped moving. Hour 1, his mind raced with guilt and to-do lists. Hour 8, he realized he hadn't checked his phone once. Day 2, a fisherman left him a coconut without a word. Day 3, Aryan still hadn't eaten a real meal. His body was weak. But something was happening. The emptiness he'd been running from, he was finally sitting with it, not fixing it, not distracting himself, just being empty. That night, hunger hit hard, real physical hunger that made his hands shake. Aryan stood up, ready to find food. That's when he saw it. A golden plate, sitting on the sand behind him, covered with fresh, steaming food. The beach was completely empty, no footprints except his own. His rational mind tried to make sense of it, but his starving body didn't care. He ate everything. Then exhaustion crashed over him. He fell asleep beside the golden plate. Chapter 3. The accusation. He woke to screaming. "Get up, you thief." 4 temple guards surrounded him, carrying bamboo lathis. "You dare steal from Lord Jagannath? This plate is sacred property." "No, I didn't steal anything. Someone left this here." Lear. They twisted his arms behind his back, cable-tied his wrists. Within minutes, a crowd gathered. Shopkeepers, tourists, temple thief, shameless. A teenager took out his phone and started recording. "Yo guys, caught this dude red-handed, about to get what he deserves." Aryan saw the phone pointed at him. Shirtless, unwashed, hands tied, being paraded like an animal. Maybe you felt this too. When you're innocent, but the world has already decided you're guilty. The magistrate was in his 60s. Bored. Annoyed. Another temple thief. 20 lashes. Standard punishment. Executed in the courtyard. "Sir, please, I'm telling the truth. Do I look like I have time for your excuses?" They tied Aryan to a wooden post, ripped his shirt off. A crowd of 50 gathered. The whipmaster approached. Dead eyes. He'd done this thousands of times. Aryan closed his eyes. 7 years of sacrifice. And this was his reward. Chapter 4. The whip that left no mark. The first lash came down. Crack. The crowd gasped. But Aryan felt nothing. No burning, no pain at all. Instead, he felt something impossible. A presence. Warm. Protective. Like invisible arms wrapped around him, absorbing every blow. Crack. Second lash. Nothing. Crack. Third lash. Still nothing. The whipmaster struck harder. 10 lashes. 15. 20. The crowd went silent, because Aryan's back was completely unmarked. Not a single welt, not a drop of blood. Not even redness. The whipmaster dropped his instrument. This is impossible. The guards inspected his back with trembling hands. There's nothing, like the whip is passing through him. The teenager stopped recording. His hand was shaking. The magistrate stormed out. When he saw Aryan's back, perfectly smooth, his face went pale. In a whisper, "Cut him loose. Now. Speak of this to no one." They drove him back to the beach in silence. Left him there. Aryan sat on the sand, shaking, weeping. Not from pain, but from the overwhelming realization someone had protected him. "Why?" he whispered to the sky. "Why me?" Chapter 5. The Blood. That same night, 11:47 p.m., the head priest was performing the final ritual when he noticed drops of liquid on the floor. Red. Fresh. He looked up at the deity and screamed. Blood was flowing from the deity's waist, streaming down, pooling on the marble floor. Within minutes, the entire temple staff gathered. The magistrate was summoned. When he saw it, fresh blood flowing from 20 distinct marks across the deity's waist, his legs gave out. The priest turned to him. "This morning, the man you punished. Tell me his name." The magistrate couldn't speak. The Lord took the punishment meant for him. Every lash you ordered, it fell on the divine form instead. This is his message. The magistrate understood. He'd punished an innocent man, and God himself had bled for it. Find him. Find him now. They found Aryan on the beach. The magistrate fell at his feet. "Forgive me. The deity is bleeding." "He took your punishment." Aryan's mind went blank. "But why? I'm nobody." The priest knelt beside him. "Because you surrendered." Chapter 6. The Messy Healing. Week 1. Aryan stayed on the beach. A fisherman named Raju brought in chai. "So what now?" "I don't know." "Good. Not knowing is the beginning of knowing." Week 4. Aryan had a panic attack at 3 a.m. What if he was hallucinating? What if none of it was real? He almost bought a ticket back to Bangalore. But then Raju's daughter asked, "Uncle, can you teach me computer?" And Aryan said yes. Week 8. Aryan started teaching 5 kids from the fishing village. Basic typing. Google. One day, a kid drew a picture on MS Paint. A boat with his father. Aryan laughed, actually laughed, for the first time in 7 years. He felt it in his chest. Genuine joy. Week 12. Raju asked, "When are you going back?" "Soon, but different." "Different how?" "I can't go back to who I was. That version is dead." "Good. Let him stay dead." 4 months later, Aryan returned to Bangalore. He started a small non-profit, the Caregiver Project, teaching digital skills to people who'd lost themselves while caring for others. The first workshop had 3 people. A woman named Priya, who'd been caring for her paralyzed husband for 9 years. Chapter 7. The Real Victory. Priya said, "I don't remember what I liked before this. I don't know who I am anymore." Aryan looked at her. "You're someone who showed up today. That's enough." 6 months later, Priya got a remote job as a data entry clerk. "I have my own money again," she cried. "I forgot what that felt like." Year 2, the non-profit had 50 members. Year 3, partnerships with hospitals and caregiver support groups. Aryan never became rich, never became famous. But he became present, and that was the real victory. Not the miracle on the beach. Not the unexplained protection, but the choice to transform pain into purpose, to let the old version die, to sit in emptiness until it filled with something real. The whip that left no mark taught him, sometimes what looks like punishment is actually protection. Sometimes what feels like destruction is actually rescue. Sometimes the worst moment of your life is saving you from something far worse. Finally, listen carefully. Right now you might be facing your own whip, a false accusation, a betrayal, a loss that defines you. You're wondering, why is this happening to me? You might get fired. That relationship you're forcing, it might end. That plan you're desperate to control, it might fall apart, and you'll think it's punishment. You'll think the universe hates you. But 5 years from now, you'll look back and realize, that wasn't cruelty. That was rescue. The whip that leaves no mark is life protecting you from a path that would have destroyed you. Aryan thought losing his mother would break him. It freed him. He thought the golden plate was his crime. It was his salvation. He thought the whip would destroy him. It proved he was protected. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to be strong all the time. You just need to show up, empty-handed, empty-hearted, and trust that somehow you're being carried. The darkest moment you're facing, it might be the doorway to your deepest healing. So sit with it. Don't run. Your beach is waiting. If this story touched your heart, comment what lesson you learned. Like this video to support meaningful stories. Share it with someone who needs to hear this today. And subscribe for more life-changing stories. You are more protected than you realize, and never, ever alone.